Vicarstown takedown. The Fat Controller stopped by the sheds had an important announcement to make. After much thought, he continued, I've decided to keep both Ryan and Whiff at the same time. The engines gasped at the news. I thought you was going to send one of them away, sir, asked Edward. Well, after their hard work, he said, I have decided that they'll be rewarded to be staying. Ryan, he said at last. There you are. I will be pronouncing that you will be staying forever. Wow, said Ryan. Thank you, sir. But what about Whiff? He will be staying as well. But I can't figure out in the life of me where he is. He said at last. Whiff, you're here. Sir, he said, you better come quickly. Whiff, said the Fat Controller, I found you at last. I will be pronouncing that you're... Sir, interrupted Whiff, you've got to come here quickly. I found a derailed diesel box cab on the end of the line, and he wants to be in your railway. It's an invasion, cried Emily. Don't worry, said the Fat Controller. I'll be worrying about that diesel later. Whiff, come with us. I will be pronouncing that. Sir, please, shouted Whiff. Hank has been taken to the breaker's yard on the other railway. That's what the diesel box cab had said. What did you just say? Said the Fat Controller. You've heard me. You'd better come quickly, said Whiff, still feeling panicky. The Fat Controller's happy expression soon turned stoic. Take me to him at once, now, he said. He climbed on board Whiff and he puffed away. A few moments after passing through the old broken station, Whiff had once again made it to the same line where Philip and the red flatbed truck was derailed. And after he found Philip, he saw something very, very strange. What is going on? Shouted the Fat Controller. There was a group of engines wanting to go on the Vicarstown rolling bridge to Seldor. What are you all doing here? What are you all doing here? He shouted. Long time no see, sir, said the engine who worked with him before. Samson at your service, and this is my friend Gator. We work for the mainland now. I can see that, said the Fat Controller. When did you all get to my railway? Oh, said Gator, you sent a telegram to our railway saying that we can come here and bring passengers and rolling stock over to your railway. Preposterous, said the Fat Controller. I did no such thing. Then Whiff remembered his incident with John Mascatush on his first day on the Sodor Railway at Wellsworth Station a few days ago. Sir, he's right, said Whiff. Someone did approve of this. Then who was it? Asked the Fat Controller. It was John Mascatush when he tried to derail me at the shed, sir, said Whiff. I tried to tell you, but you were too angry to listen. So this is how this former owner of one of my lost engines approves of me, he said. He sent a telegram to he sold his engine to me and made a telegram for these mainland engines to go to my railway, he said. I would hate to rush you, sir, said Samson, but these passengers are not going to be happy if they are late to Vicarstown Station. All right, said the Fat Controller. Then he turned to Philip. I don't remember seeing you. What are you doing here? Sir, said Philip, I know I may look like a mean and evil diesel that hates steam engines, but I prefer to come here and have a fresh start. Then Whiff thought of something. And what about Hank? He said. He needs rescuing. We'll get him out eventually, said the Fat Controller, as he didn't have much of a choice right now. All right, he said. Welcome back, Samson, and welcome to Sodor, Gator, and Philip, he said. Now, all of you can go back on the rails or take these passengers, go through to vicarstown Rolling Bridge and onto my station, he said. And with that, the engines that come from the mainland that want to travel to Sodor were able to cross the vicarstown Rolling Bridge whenever they felt like it. Until back at the sheds, the Fat Controller's engines had already heard the news and were not happy with this. But this is an outrage, said Thomas. Who will take our passengers now? And, said Edward, the Fat Controller restricted the travels of this bridge for security reasons. And Diesel 10 may be plotting something sinister there, said Stepney. And what about Hank? Said Douglas highly. He needs rescuing. You're right, said James. If those mainland engines are going to come over here and take our jobs away, the Fat Controller will send us packing. Agreed, said Stepney. The 5 engines were all worried that they couldn't even stop worrying when, after Samson and Gator had left that evening, Skarloey was all alone with Melanie for his late passenger run for the day. When Skarloey could see the vicarstown Rolling Bridge, I'm thinking of checking out what's going on that bridge, said Skarloey. Skarloey, said Melanie, I don't think it would be a wise idea to go down there. Some of those big engines from the mainland would race towards us and squash us like a bug. But there's something important going on down there, said Skarloey, and it's not good. With that, Skarloey made his plan to go through the vicarstown Rolling Bridge and went down the same hill that led to the other railway.